Hi guys, it's Doreen here. My first day back to work after my 2-week quarantine. I'm feeling pretty energized and anxious to go back to work. I was a little worried yesterday that I wouldn't be able to, I would have a tough time waking up this morning because I have been sleeping in a little bit later during my quarantine. But anyway, so I wanted to hop on here real quick. Again, I'm trying to do a daily video as well as a daily blog and podcast. I'm trying to get across all the mediums so that whether you like to read, whether you like to listen, or whether you like to watch, you can find me. So, that being said, today's topic is meditation. For those of you that know me, I do talk a lot about the benefits of meditation, but today's conversation is going to be more of, I shouldn't say conversation because you're not talking back. Today's discussion is going to be on the top 10 reasons why you don't meditate. And one of the top reasons is people say, I can't meditate, my mind is too active. Yes, of course, your mind is too active. That is precisely why we need to practice meditation. Now, meditation is a practice so that it's a practicing of quieting the mind. But even expert, people that meditate, have been meditating for years, it takes them about 20 minutes to quiet the mind. So it's more of a recognizing, being aware when your mind drifts and bringing it back. And you're going to find that length of time will shorten. So it might take you 5 or 10 minutes before you even realize that you've been daydreaming about something else, during your meditation practice. And then, through practicing, it may be reduced down to a couple of minutes, and then maybe a minute, and then maybe a couple of seconds. So that is the practice of meditation. It's not saying that you have to have an inactive mind. That's the purpose of meditation. You're trying to quiet the mind. So, if you find yourself having difficulty with that, bringing your mind back and, what to focus on, you can't just keep your mind blank. It's a good practice to focus on your breath. So whenever you find your mind drifting, just bring it back to your breath and focus on your breathing and your inhales and exhales. Sometimes I find it helpful to count my breaths. I'll inhale for 10, I'll hold, I'll exhale for 10, and then I'll go down. So I'll inhale for 9, I'll hold, I'll exhale for 9, etc. Or you can do it the opposite way. You can go from 1 to 10, that order. So either way, just, being mindful of your mind wandering off and bringing it back to breath. It's very common. Another thing that people, I see and I've experienced myself, is lack of consistency. So the most important thing about practicing meditation is the consistency. It is better to meditate 10 minutes a day than it is 1 hour once a week. To get the most benefit and to become more proficient at meditating, it's better to, have that consistency. So, schedule in your day a little bit of time to meditate, which brings me to the next one. I don't even know what number we're on. I'm kind of like incorporating them all into a big blob. But anyway, the next one is, people saying, I don't have time to meditate. And the thing of it is that we make time for the things that are important to us. And if we find that meditating is important for us, we want to learn the coping skill, or we want to have more peace of mind or mind-body connection in our lives, less stress. Especially for people in recovery, it's a very helpful tool. I have found it. I have spoken to a lot of people in recovery that also find it very, very helpful. You make the time, whether that's waking up 20 minutes earlier, so that you can get in your meditation, whether that's going to bed 20 minutes earlier, and 20 minutes before you actually go to sleep, you go in a corner somewhere and and you meditate, right? If you have time to watch TV, if you have time to binge watch Netflix, if you have time to go on social media, you have time to meditate. So it's just, putting it a priority, putting it in your head as something that's important to you, and scheduling it in your day. If you don't schedule in your day, if you say, well, if I have time, I'll meditate later, it's not going to happen. Chances are, there'll always be something to do, and you'll keep putting it off. So it's important to kind of like schedule that as part of your day. Then I have some people say, well, I fall asleep when I meditate, and that can be troublesome. And I say to that is, you check your posture. So posture can be very important. Unless you are meditating before bed to help with sleep, sometimes, you can lay down, but I usually recommend meditating sitting up, and you want to have a straight back, so you want to have an upright posture. If you're in a chair, you want to make sure that both your feet are on the floor, so you stay grounded. Or if you're sitting down on the floor, you can cross your legs or what have you, but you don't want to be slouched over. You want to have an intention and an upright posture. And then I'll have people that mention, well, my body aches and from sitting in that position for any length of time, and this will happen at the beginning, but your body will get accustomed to it. It will get used to it. And again, when you're starting to feel those aches and pains, try to focus on your breath. You can recognize it. Don't beat yourself up for it, but I wouldn't try to focus on it too much. Just try to bring your focus back to your breath. The other thing is, with regards to posture and sitting up, a lot of times, and I've experienced this myself, is you find your body gets really itchy real quick. You'll have different areas that all of a sudden you need, you obsess on because you got to scratch, right? And the thing of it is that it's important to, you can kind of be aware of your body, obviously, but try to focus on your breath and not try to give in to, scratching that itch. It will pass. It'll get easier. It won't be as bad or as obsessive about it. And you'll find that when you practice this meditation ritual, that you will make it a habit. You will find it less obtrusive, less bothersome. You're able to deal with it better. So the next thing is boredom. A lot of people say that, it can be boring, especially if, nowadays everybody's used to very high stimulation, whether that be TV, commercials, everything's go, 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 computers, tablets, iPads, phones are just so, everything is instant gratification and stimulating. And there's a lot to be said for having boredom. There's a lot of things that you can be, you can recognize about yourself and your body through boredom. So it's important to just try to stick with it and know that boredom is not a bad thing, right? And we can learn a lot from having that boredom and get used to having a little bit of boredom in our life. It's not a bad thing at all. The next thing is rationalizing that quitting is a good idea. So I keep looking at my notes because sometimes I can't remember what I'm saying, especially if I'm focused on driving. So you rationalize quitting. What the heck am I doing this for? And what's the purpose? Like, I'm not even feeling any benefits. We want to have results really, really quick, and sometimes it takes a little while before we actually will see the results. So my state to that is, just realize that the reasons why you started originally, the health benefits, the mental health benefits, and knowing that, whenever you start a new habit or a new, hobby or whatever it is that you're starting, it's going to be frustrating at the beginning. You might not realize why you have to do scales and, for singing lessons, or why you have to do these particular exercises. Like if you're playing basketball, there's a lot of drills that they do repetitively, and people get bored with them. It's like, why do I have to keep doing this? There is a reason for it, and if you just stick with it, you will find the benefits of it so much, and then you'll look back and you'll realize, oh, okay, yeah, I get that. So whenever you're first starting a habit, it's very common to question, why am I doing this, and I'm not seeing the results quick enough. A lot of time people feel like that when they're on a diet, or when they're exercising, trying to lose weight or just trying to get in shape. They don't see the benefits right away, and then they give up too soon, right? I think majority of us, we give up too soon. What do they say at AA? They says, don't quit before the miracle happens, Another one is, a lot of people, they try to do it perfectly. Who's my perfectionist out there, huh? I know I am a former perfectionist. I am now a good enoughist, as Brene Brown would say. I love her. So do not try to be perfect at this. It's progress, not perfection. So, just working at it and just trying to improve. As even the little bit of improvements that you can notice. Oh, I didn't notice me wanting to scratch as much today, or I noticed that I was able to bring it back to breath a lot quicker than normally, or what have you. So the little steps are important. Make a big deal out of them, because they are, and know that it's just progress. People that have been doing this for years still do not do it perfectly. So get over it. You're not going to be perfect, right? Perfect is an illusion, and it's actually like self-abuse. Like, we try to obtain something that's unrealistic, and we can never achieve it. So it's really not healthy to be a perfectionist. People think that, you strive to be perfect, that's a good thing. It's not. It's really not. And sometimes people expect more out of meditation, and they can get, really disheartened. It's not like you're going to have this earth-shattering, this bright light. Of course, I have a light coming in my car right now. You're not going to have that insightful moment, right? It's not what meditation's about, and it's not what you're going to experience. So, don't go in with this thinking that you're going to be like, this guru, or this person that has so much insight, or your higher power is going to speak to you and you're going to have all the answers. It doesn't really work that way. You can go in with intentions and try to listen for feedback from the universe or your higher power, but it doesn't necessarily happen. It doesn't usually happen like with a bolt of lightning. I find if I go in with an intention, with a question, throughout the day or throughout the days, the answer will come to me, trickle to me slowly. It's not like while I'm meditating, I have this huge enlightenment period. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, please put it in the comment below. I will respond to them. I appreciate any feedback. Again, you can find me at my blog, which is motivationsforyou.com. That's motivations with an S, the number 4, the letter U.com. I have a new blog too, Medium. I think it's medium.com. I'm either under Doreen Cunha or I'm under Recovery Enthusiast. It's new, I can't remember. But I'm also on Anchor, which is my podcast, under Motivations for You. I think it also comes in Spotify. What else? Oh, I have some courses online, so if you really haven't gotten enough from me, check them out. That's at recoveryenthusiast.com. So, as always, please stay safe, stay blessed, and live your life enthusiastically. Peace, guys.